This conference will now be recorded. Code relation minus side ratio, if I don't use it, is 1:1, would it be?
What is that side ratio?
Yes, side ratio it is 1:1. 1:1 means equal width and equal height.
Oh, someone joined actually. Is it everyone for class?
I think by default.
लिखा है? हाँ 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 सही लिखा है। हाँ हाँ सही लिखा है। हम्म हम्म
Please switch on the projector.
हेलो, 2 मिनट रुक जाना, उसको निकालना मत, मैं दूसरा भेज रहा हूँ, 1 मिनट रुक जा, ये भेज रहा दूसरा। भेज दी मैंने।
So let's start the session. So
This
yesterday
conference will now be recorded.
we started off with discussing the quick overview of GVM, why we need Vim RC file, then how to enable SV syntax. Right. So I'll send you this link today. I think, have you done it? How to enable sync? You can even Google, or I can send you this link and enable the system Verilog syntax in Giving. So that way it will show clearly the keywords, the macros, everything. Then what else did we discuss after that? We discussed why system Verilog is required. Can you tell me what are the reasons why system Verilog language is required? Okay. One is designs are getting complex. Whatever. One is time to market. Project management. Rather than project. Yeah, reusability. First reason was reusability. Readability. First, it helps with reusability and readability. Even Verilog code is reusable. But the thing is, you have to copy and paste it, which is not good. In System Verilog has a concept of object-oriented programming, which makes reusability a lot easier. Okay. Also, this object-oriented programming makes code readable. Okay. Why? How it is readable? How it becomes reusable? We'll discuss when we talk about object-oriented programming. Then I have told you complex design is what? Complex design means complex features. So to verify complex features and complex design, you need a complex test bench. So for that, you need a system Verilog kind of language. Then time to market is what? You need to, the system Verilog helps develop test bench quickly. You can develop the test bench quickly, and also test cases can be easily coded. What takes, let's say, 1 hour to develop a test case, the same can be done, let's say, in half an hour time in system Verilog. Project track management means what? Kind of tracking the project progress, how much percentage of verification is done, all that is easy with system Verilog. What sets system Verilog apart is, I mean, if you ask me what is the major difference between Verilog and system Verilog, I'll ask you a similar question. What is the major difference between C and C++?
हाँ
Object-oriented programming, right? I mean, what is the major addition that happened in C++?
नंबर थोड़ा उल्टा डाला
Object-oriented.
सही कर दिया उसको मैंने
Of course, C++ has more things, but most important addition is what?
हाँ वो PU 018
Object-oriented programming.
18
Same way,
कुछ और भी था
system Verilog is Verilog plus object-oriented programming. There are other concepts, functional coverage, assertions, DPI, like that many concepts are there. Inter-process synchronization. But very important addition that happened is object-oriented programming. What does it mean is, whatever is there in Verilog, it is there in system Verilog. Everything that you have studied in Verilog, like you studied always, initial, fork, join, blocking, non-blocking, everything what you studied in Verilog is part of system Verilog. On top of that, new things are added. What are the new things? Object-oriented programming, functional coverage, assertions, DPI, interpret. There are a lot of things. These dots indicating that a lot of things are there. But the major addition is object-oriented programming. What it does is it makes the development at a next level. You look at the information at the next level. What does it mean? We'll discuss. Just by writing a statement, we cannot explain. We have to do one example to understand how object-oriented programming helps. So we'll be developing few examples. Through that, we'll understand how the object-oriented programming helps. So after that, what did we discuss? Objectives, how to run SV code using QuestSim. Are you all clear with that? Then we discussed about system Verilog language concepts. So how many data types are there? What are the two data types? Static,
अब मैं कह रहा हूँ चार
dynamic.
बच्चे हैं मैकेनिकल डीजल
What is about static?
और
So as soon as you declare int A, 32 bits is fixed for A.
कंप्यूटर ऑपरेटर होता है कंप्यूटर का ही कोर्स होता है इसमें हाँ
You cannot reduce it, you cannot increase it,
भी था मैंने वो अब ध्यान
you cannot even delete it.
ठीक है ना
So that 32 bits will always be there in the memory. Okay, unless you close that application or unless you end that simulation. Whereas in dynamic case, let's say if I have int dynamic array, yesterday as I have explained you, this memory can be increased, can be decreased, all that. That is what makes it dynamic. Then there is a concept called as different phases of data type usage. One is definition, one is instantiation, one is creation, randomization. This I will explain. As of now, let's not get into this. Okay, we'll definitely talk about this, but not today. Then we were discussing about the construction pre-implemented methods. Okay, in system Verilog, there are a lot of constructs out there. Queue, mailbox, dynamic array, associative array, class itself is a construct. Like that, few more constructs will be there. Associated with each construct, there are some methods out there. For queue, push back, push front, pop front, reverse, shuffle, insert. Like that, various methods are there. So as I told you yesterday, as a verification engineer, you need to know what all methods, if I'm using a queue, what all methods are there with a queue and how to use them. How do you know how to use them? You should understand the prototype. To learn how to use something, you should know the prototype. I'll give you one simple question related to the prototype. Please do it. Okay. I want you to write a function which will add two integers. What does that function do? Name of the function is sum. It takes two integers as input. Let's say the arguments are a comma b, and output is a return value, function return, right? Can you please develop this code? You got the requirement what I asked? I want you to develop a function. What is the name of the function? Sum. How many arguments does it take? Two arguments. What are those arguments? A comma b. What are those types of arguments? Integers. Output will be what? Integer only, right? Output is a return. It is integer type. Can you write this function entire code? Can you please do this? Those attending online, please post your answers in the chat window. For those who have come, we just need to implement the sum function with this requirement. Please read this.
ऐसा मार developer.
Develop only in Verilog, not in System Verilog. I said clearly, right? Written. I'll be giving 10 questions like this. If you people don't do 2, I'll not let you. 3 is 30%, right? I'll not let you continue to system. This is a very simple question, right? If you have done SPI controller, you have done memory, FIFO, you should be able to do this. Online students also same thing. I'll make a note. If you don't respond, I'll not let you continue to the next batch, next session. You will have to repeat. You don't practice. You don't know how to write a simple function also. Where is your function? Why output here? Did I ask you what is my question? You don't read the question clearly. You people don't even read the question. What is my question? What is that I'm asking you to do? Output. Did I ask return argument? What is meant by return? Return of the function. Yeah, please. Don't you have to be? No, where are you writing? In Verilog, you don't write anything. You write one. When you are writing, what is the difference? Why you are writing? Did I ask you to write this? Where is the name of the function? Integer is the name of. Then what did I say name function?
Sum.
Then where is integer? So then what is sum type? Function integer sum. What is it? Sum equal to A, not C. What is the type of game? What is the type of sum? What is the type of sum? What is the name of it? Very ways. This function. Is there usually function? That is a function. What is A and what is B? What is that? Is there any data type? What is sum? How do you return that? You write sum integers here, OB integers. There is no integers. What is the sum? Write integer. Where is the function? Function. Yeah, then where is the sum? Sum plus two. The mistake in this code, tell me. What are the mistakes? Integer. What else is a mistake here? Begin is missing, end is missing. What is other mistake? No return. Just sum equal to. That's all. Okay, got it right. And sorry, that's okay. He has typed in. Should have been F. Is it correct? Right. Is it correct? What is wrong here? Input is missing and begin end is missing. Input is missing, end is there, but begin is also there. Only input direction need to be given. Semicolon is missing. Okay. Otherwise, end function gap should not be there. Sorry. Yeah, here also semicolon is missing. Okay. This is fine, right? Okay. What is it? Online students don't see the chat. Integer sum. This is correct. So this is also correct. What is the mistake here? Integer is missing. Begin end is missing. Right? Otherwise, it is fine. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. What is mistake here? It should be integer first of all. Here, what is the mistake? Second mistake is what? Begin end. What else? Return is not required because return is only required in system Verilog, not here. So this is this is correct. Fine, that's okay. This is also fine. This is also fine. Is this correct? One second. What is wrong here? Okay. First of all, functions won't have outputs. In Verilog, there is no output argument. So this is wrong, right? So next. If at all you do this way, you have to declare input integer here. Should not write here. Then here compulsorily you have to write what type of variable is sum. Sum is an integer type, right? Otherwise this code is fine. Either you declare here or you declare here. Not, I think not at the both the places. Okay. Add numbers is not how we use. You should use sum. Right? Begin end you have to do. All the declaration should be before begin. Got it right? Arun, did you understood?
Yes, sir.
This is fine. This is fine. Again, those who have done mistakes, please figure out, I mean, what is the mistake in your code. I have kept the reference code here. This is the reference one. You can compare your code against that. Okay. I won't be able to go through each one. Okay. First thing, those who don't have this kind of fundamentals will find the session to be fast. I was waiting for one student to respond. He didn't respond. Akash, to be very specific. Okay. Those who don't have these fundamentals will find my session to be fast. But because if you don't understand the fundamentals, you'll find it fast. So I cannot slow down too much because I have to also value my time. Not that I'll be running the topics. I will go at a pace where you're able to cope it up. But you have to put your effort. Okay. Anyway, I'm not pointing anyone like this. Why I'm telling is, don't think that it's fast. You need to have the right fundamentals to be able to cope up with it. If it was the first session, then it's a different. We have already done training for 3 months plus 3-4 months. So this is the right pace of the training. Okay. Now, let's use this function. This is the function. Tell me which line is called as prototype here? 33. So for you to use the function, for you to use the sum function, you don't need these lines. To use a sum function, you don't need remaining lines. Some people only need to give you the first line, which is line number 33. That is called as what? Prototype. Now let us use this prototype. Declare 2 integer arrays. Let me give you that. Integer int array of 4 down to 0. Another array. Write a code to add int a and int b and put result into int c. Use above function. Compulsorily use sum function. You can easily add also, right? You can do a equal to b plus c. But here idea is not to do addition or anything. Idea is to make you learn how to use the sum function. Can you please do that? You understood my question? Let me repeat. On line number 33, we have the function sum. Prototype is there. So I want you to use that prototype to add 2 integer arrays and put the result into int c. I'll give you a hint. You have to use a for loop. Please do that. Again, this is the second question. Okay. By end of the session, we might have done 10 questions. At that time, you will have your own self-assessment. You should do your self-assessment. If you are not able to do anything, you should blindly go to Verilog. Okay. Anyone didn't understood, please ask me. Understood the question, right? What is my requirement? Finally, your code should look like a for loop. Should be a for loop. Inside that, code will be there. No need to write, no need to fill int A, int B. Int A, int B is already there. You just have to add them. That's all. Please don't do this code int A, int C of I equal to int A of I. This is wrong. This is something I don't want you to do. If this is what you have to do, then there is no need of sum function. Right? Because without sum itself, you can add. My idea is to use the sum function to do this. Don't do this.
में
Okay. So all I want you to do is a for loop I equal to 0, I less than 5, I equal to I plus 1, begin, end. Int C of I is equal to sum. Sum is the function. How many arguments sum function has? Two arguments. Int A of I, comma, int B of. This is the 3 lines I want. This is the only answer I was expecting. No need of randomization. What is my question? Write a code to add int A, int B. Anything, they can be anything. And put the result into int C using sum function. Okay. So what are you calling? You're calling the sum function. You're passing one argument int A of I, other argument int B of I. That you are putting into int C of I. This is the answer. Implement 3 cross mux using a statement. It should result in the latch. In the else cases, in the else case, the 2-tick B11 or other cases, it should result in latch. With latch behavior, simple. Using case statement with latch default behavior. You understood the question? When you write a code, there is a scenario where latch behavior also comes there. Okay. So I don't have to really explain too much because there are 2-3 slides which detailedly talk about where do you get the latch. So I want you to develop that code. Latch should come when the input is 2-tick B11, selection is 2-tick B11, or any unknown value, unknown selection value should result in latch. Understood the question? I want you to implement a 3 cross 1 multiplexer using case statement. We should get latch kind of behavior. Selection equal to 2-tick B11 or any unknown selection value should result in the latch. Please try this. Have you done? Who are not able to do it. Do just implement those who are finding it difficult. Just implement 4 cross 1 mux using case statement. Both questions you try. First you try this one 4 cross 1 mux. Then you try 3 cross 1 mux.
मैं नहीं जा, मैं तो अभी पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ.
I will do it. Please note, these fundamentals are very important because when you go to interview, your selection in the interview or when you join a job, your work performance in the work happens based on the fundamentals, not based on the advanced things. Okay, these fundamentals are very important. Ability to write a case statement. It's like there is a requirement, you have to write a case statement. You should not be thinking 10 minutes. It should come naturally. You have to write a if statement. It should come naturally. Because tomorrow, if you go to office work, your work won't be on asynchronous FIFO. Your work will not be on SPI controller. Why we have thought those topics? Just to give you different approaches to implementing things. But everything still revolves around the fundamentals only. Case statement, if statement, how to write a for loop, how to work with arrays, those kind of things. So my suggestion is please redo the Verilog assignments again. Okay, you should find time and you should redo. Let me explain you this thing. Again, just keep telling this to every day. Keep telling yourself that my fundamentals are more important than doing lot of advanced things. What is fundamentals? What you learned in Verilog language. Ability to write always blocks, ability to write for loops, ability to write case statements, if statements, assign statements. They are the fundamentals. That will happen not just sitting. That will happen by practicing. Practice the same question multiple times. Take the same Verilog assignment. Redo 4 or 5 times till you get that speed. You should quickly write case, selection, and case. If you want 4 cross 1 marks, you have to write all the cases. 0, 0, y equal to I naught. 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. I1, I2, I3. And default is what? Last one is what? Default. Y equal to what? Some 1 tick bx. This is the 4 cross 1 marks using case statement. This will not result in the latch. Why? Because you have done the default scenario. You have set a scenario where if default is there, if nothing matches, it will go to default and y will take the value of x. What change should I do to make it this one? Son, tell me.
The B112.
Remove these two. Remove these 2 lines. It will give a latch behavior. See, only for 3 scenarios you have taken. When selection is 0, 0, y will be I0. When selection is 0, 1, y will be I1. When selection is 1, 0, y will be I2. What is meant by latch? Do you all understand what exactly is the latch here? If selection doesn't match any of these 3, it should hold the previous value. Because you are using in a always block, so this will be always block, right? You agree? This will be always at the rate of selection or I. Let's begin it. So tell me what will be the y value? Will it be reg or wire? Reg. So if you don't type anything for other scenarios, what will y do? Y will hold the value. Holding the value means what? Latch behavior. Now, can you draw the synthesis circuit for this? If this code has to be represented as a diagram, can you draw this diagram? This code, I want to draw as a diagram, multiplexer, latch. Can you show me? Those attending online, please send me the diagram in the WhatsApp. You have my number directly. So you send me direct message. Again, I'm repeating, fundamentals are very, very important. When you go to interview, they start from fundamentals. And fundamentals happens only when you practice. You have to sit. Patience is required. You have to sit for 2-3 full days. You have to practice, revise the same things. Okay. So please keep that in mind and repeat Verilog assignments. You can do this course every day, 1-2 hours you can allocate to Verilog. Redo the Verilog assignments multiple times till you get that speed. In that process, you need any help, let us know. Code, it's there in the training. You have to focus. My point is, this is not that it was not covered. It would have been covered. Is it not covered? No, I'm asking, is it not covered because other trainer did? Was it not done for you? 3 cross 1. So what is the thing is, you will have first you draw 3 cross 1 marks. I don't want to discourage. I'm not using discouraging things. All I'm telling is you have to focus on fundamental. I can just continue with system Verilog. All I want to tell is please focus more on fundamentals. Because missing these things and going to system Verilog is not much useful. Okay. So here what will you do? S1, S0, you will have I2, I1, I0. Same thing, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, selection will happen. You get here. You use a latch here. How does latch work? If latch enable is 1, this will go here. Input will go to output. If latch enable is 0, what will happen? Output holds the value. If enable is 0, output holds the value. Tell me in which scenario it should hold the value? When selection equal to 1, 1. When selection is 1, 1, my latch should hold the value. That means I need a circuit here. I need a circuit here which will give me 0 when I apply 1, 1 here. In other cases, it should give me 1. Let me again ask you one question. I need a circuit. When I apply selection 1 and selection 0 as 1, 1, output should come as 0, so that 0 will go here. It will hold the value. If I apply any other selections, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, it should become 1. Can you tell me what should be this logic? Please tell me. What is that gate?
Shorted NAND.
It's a NAND gate. I need NAND gate. So now take a look at this diagram. You will understand it. Now take a look. Now do you understand the diagram on the right hand side? So this code results in this behavior. Why it will result in that behavior? Because you haven't written all the branches. If you had written 1, 1 also, then this won't come. Because for 1, 1 also you have defined an input. Understood, everyone? Selection. Where? Here 1, 0. If it is C, where is what is your question? Tell me.
It should be 1, 1.
It should be 1, 1. No, you won't apply 1, 1 here. You will apply selection line 1, selection line 0. When it becomes 1, 1, it will become 0. If it is 0, 0, what will be the output? 1. If it is 1, D will go to Q. You will not short it to 1, 1. If you short it, it will always be a permanent, hold the value only. This will never go to Q. His point is, why this is not 1, why this is not 1. If you keep it 1, always, it will always be 0. If it is always 0, this connection will never happen. This will always hold the output only. These inputs will never propagate. Understood? Use and declare an integer array, okay, of size 9 down to 0. Write a logic. You have one more integer array, int b. Let's say it has got 9 down to 0 elements, 10 elements each. Okay, write a logic to find all numbers. I mean, int a has some random numbers. Int a has some random numbers. Write a logic to find all numbers that are divisible by 3 and 5. Put them into B. Understood the question? You have one integer array A. How many elements are there? 10 elements are there. They are integers, right? It can be 7, it can be 27, it can be 35, any number. Among those 10 numbers, how many numbers are there in that array? 10 numbers are there. You have to write a logic which will find all the numbers. It will go through each element of array. It will check if that number is divisible with 3 and 5. Tell me one number which is divisible with 3 and 5. 15, right? What is the other number? 30, 45. So I want you to find such numbers, and those numbers should be put into int b. Only those numbers only. Let's say 27 is there. You should not put, because 27 is divisible with 3, but not divisible with 5. So please do this. You got my question? Please try this. So here, what is the input you should take from this is, you don't need to let's say we are going to discuss 20 questions today. You don't need to do all 20 questions in the class. Even if you don't do, there is no problem. It's all about, by tomorrow, will you be able to do it? How will you do? After going home, you should sit and again practice the same thing. If you don't do either, then it's a problem. You don't do here also, and after going home also you don't practice, then no one can help you. Again, let me repeat. You do here, you don't do here. Let's say you don't do, out of 20 questions, you don't do 17 questions, only 3 you got answer. Point is about how will you do the 17 questions. I mean, doing those 17 questions as soon as possible once you go home. That way, you improvise on the mistakes where you're lacking. That is how your progress learning will happen. If you don't do that, you will not be able to get a job. I did not get any response from the online students. Okay. Okay, fine. Let's do it now. Okay. for loop I equal to 0, I less than what? 10, I equal to I plus 1, begin, end. If int a of I modulo 15 equal to 0, or if you want, you can even write it as 3 and int a of I modulo 5 equal to. You know, right? 3 and 5 don't have any common factors, so you can use 15 itself. Okay, least common multiple is 15, so you can use 15 itself. Rather than this, you can even write one line. There you check 15. This is also fine. And what should you do? Int b of j equal to int a of I. What is j? You declare j as an integer here. Initialize j with what? 0. Every time you fill it, you make j equal to. Because I is different and j is different. My point is, see, int a of I may have many elements, but some of them won't be divisible with 15, right? So you should not put in the same index. You should put in first 0th index, first index, second index. You should keep a different counting for that. So this is the code I was expecting. Please take a look. Understood the question? Understood everyone what we have done? Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
but in the code that you have given, A will have only 9 elements, right, sir?
Sorry, please come again.
So you have declared that A is already an array of 10 elements.
Yes.
And so after checking every of it and assigning to an array of B. So I didn't still understand why you're giving separate J
See,
as an count.
what will happen is, if assume int a has elements like 4, 15, 27, 32, 60, 72, 94. How many elements are done so far? Okay. 4, okay, 8, 75, and 82. If you go by the without, if you don't use j variable, if you use I here, what will happen? Int b will have unknown value here. 15 will come here. Unknown value will be here. Here also unknown value. Unknown, 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 unknown. Why? Because at index I equal to 1 only valid value is there. So when you put int b of I equal to int a of I, only that will get 15. When you go to index 2, 27 is not divisible with 3 and 5. It is divisible with 3 but not with 5. So there you won't fill anything. X and X will come. The way, sorry, int b. This should be. With the logic, I wrote logic using J, come like this. Only 3 elements will be filled, remaining 7 elements will be unknown. I mean, that is fine. That is how we wanted it. Did you understood?
Yes, I got it.
Any other questions you have? Write a logic to generate random number between -10 to 15 using $random. Use seed also. What is the question? Understood? You should write a logic or a code which will generate a random number between minus 10 to 15 using $random, only using $random. You should use $random. You should not use $random range. Some few other things are there. You should not use. Please do this. It should also include seed. If I pass the different seed, it should generate a different value. Please work on this. Any questions you have in this? You understood, right? You should generate a random number. Your code should generate a random number between minus 10 and 15. First, please understand the question. Many of you are trying to generate 25 numbers, declaring array of 25. Did I ask you to generate 25 numbers? What is my question? Tell me a number between minus 10 and 15. 12. So does it require array? Does it require array to generate 12? Do you need array? Many of you are doing. So please understand the question. Before you do the question, read the question 3-4 times. Not only here, everywhere, you read the question 3-4 times. Only when you understand the question, please proceed with the answer. Let me explain this. Okay. How this is done is integer a. A equal to, if I use $random modulo 15, for example, what it is going to generate? What number will it generate? Tell me, what will be the output? You generate any random number, divide it with 15. What is it going to generate?
Remainder, sir. Portion.
What will be the output of this statement? Is it division operation or modulo operation? What will be the output? Sorry. What is the remainder? Remainder will A can be between -14 to 14. You take any number, when you divide it with 15, the remainder will be between -14 to 14. Do you agree with that? Isn't understood? You take 100. What is the remainder? 10, right? You take 127. What is the remainder? 7. 7, right? So it's again between -14 to 14. Do you understand that logic? And then you may say, where is my negative number is coming from? It should be 0 to 14 only, right? If you divide -127, what will be the remainder? Minus negative number will come, right? So what is the range? -14 to 14. Clear? So if I divide some number with 15, it gives me -14 to 14. So what I have to do in this case is, I want a range from -10 to 15. -10 to 15. What should I do? I should shift my range. So what can I do to make shift my range? Instead of dividing with 15, what is the difference? 25 is the difference. Actually. 25 is the difference. So if 25 is the difference, I have to divide with 13. To divide with 13, what is the range? -12 to 12. -12 to 12. This I want to change it to -10 to 15. How can I do? One thing I will do is A equal to 2 plus $random. How will -12 become -10? Plus 2. 12 becomes 15 plus 3. So here I'll have to change my question a little bit because I didn't thought over it. You have to use 14. You have to shift the range. So then this will become 14. What are you doing? When you take any random number, divide it with 13. You take any number, divide it with 13. Remainder will always be between -12 to 12. But what is the range I want? -10 to 14. What will I do? I will add 2. -12 will become -10. The range will shift. The entire range. It's like in this class, everyone got marks between 65 to 92 marks. Okay, there were 3 marks questions were wrong. What should you do? Plus 3 we have to do. So entire range will shift, right? What will be the minimum marks after that? What will be the minimum marks in the class? Once we correct those 3, once we give that 3 as a grace marks? 8. What will be the maximum marks? 95. Same thing is happening. You are shifting the entire range by plus 2 numbers. So what this will generate? -10 to 14. got it? Everyone understood? Does it require you to declare an integer array? Does it require a for loop? What is that it requires? Little bit understanding of what is this. Now you may ask, how can I use seed? Use seed here. Use. Now, same question, I'll do one thing. Write a logic to generate a random number between minus, not my 15 to 30, 45. 15 to 45. I want you to generate a random number. Please do that. You have to ask yourself a question. How did we come up with number 13? Tell me, how did we come up with number 13? Tell me, how did we come up with number 13? The range is how much? Range is how much? Minus 10 to 14 is how much is the range? 24 is the range, right? 24 is the range. If for you 24, it should be minus 12 to 12. For you to get minus 12 to 12, division should be with 13. So please, that is how you have to approach. Please do that. I mean, I want you to do it. See, the thing is, there is no difference between these two questions. Only little bit is required. Quantitative ability is required to do this question. Okay, that is the expectation. When you go to job also, that's the expectation. What is the expectation? If one approach is shown, you should be able to do some other problem with the same approach. So how to do this? What is the range totally? 30 is the range. Range is 30. So I will have to take what division factor? See, it should be, I should generate a number minus 15 to 15, right? That will offset it. My output should be, remainder should be in the range of minus 15 to 15. That will give me range of 30. Do you agree? So division should be with how much? 16. Dividend, divisor. Divisor should be 16. So what is the logic? A equal to 30 plus, you have to take that range you have to take 30 plus dollar random seed modulo how much? 16. The dollar random seed modulo 16 will give you a number between what to what? Minus 15 to, see, this will give you range from minus 15 to plus 15. When you additionally add 30, what will happen? This minus 15 will become 15. This 15 will become 45. So the net range will be 15 to 45. Got it? Okay. Next. Everyone understood this question? Understood? Okay. Next. One last question we'll do. Yeah. Write a logic to generate a random number between minus 15 to minus 15 to 15. Please do it, everyone. So what is the answer? A equal to dollar random modulo 16. That's all. It will generate a number between minus 15 to 15. Next. Declare some other question, some other topic. A memory size of 1 kilobyte, depth of 16. Can you declare this? Declare a memory. What is the size? 1 kilobyte. Depth is how much? 16. Depth of, no. See, sorry. Width. Width is 16. Each element has 16 bits. So declare such memory. Name of the memory is mem. You can take any name for that matter. Please do this. So how to declare? What will be the depth? Size by 16, right? Size is how much? 1K. 1K is 1024 into 8, which is ideally you should write everything to the power 2 to the power of 13 divided by 2 to the power of 4, which is 2 power 9, which is also nothing but 504. So memory declaration is what? Reg 15 down to 0, mem 511 down to 0. Got it? It won't be 63 down to 0 because it is byte. If it is bit, then 63 down to 0. Now, write a logic to initialize this memory with zeros. What is that? I want you to do? Write a logic code, anything, which will initialize this memory elements with zeros. Please do that.